Hey Pisces, what's up? Welcome back to the Illuminator. We will be doing your 12 houses zodiac spread for the year of 2022. It's going to be quite an intense reading and I am very excited to share it with you guys. I have not performed this one on YouTube ever since I got here, but it's a very intense reading and you will feel all these changes throughout the year. So they will not be like for each month, but they will be for each houses. Now they are not in correlation with your astrology chart. I will just go from the first house of Aries, your identity, up until the 12th house, but it will not be like your first house in Pisces and then the second house in Aries. So keep that in mind. We will just look at all the different areas of your life and clarify it all with your tarot card reading. All right, I am very excited. I am so happy to hear that all of you are also excited about this spread. It gives a lot of good overview in each and every area of your life, so it does not only contain love. All right, it contains every area of your life. So let's see, my dear Pisces, what do we have for you for the year of 2022? I am sending you guys a lot of blessings and I hope that you will have a prosperous, loving year ahead with a lot of health and prosperity. So let's see, Pisces, what are the messages? I will be, wait a minute. I so hate it when my hair is all over the place. Oh, wow, look at that. 2 of Cups at the bottom of your deck. Big check. Okay, first house, we have Aries, we have the Chariot. In your second house of Taurus, we have the 4 of Swords. In your third house of communication, Gemini, we have the Moon. Interesting. In your fourth house of Cancer, we have the Knight of Pentacles. I like that. In your fifth house of Leo, we have the Magician coming through for you. In your sixth house, Virgo, we have the Tower. A huge renovation, a huge changing of discipline is what I'm seeing. But let me just pull out the cards, then I'm going to give you an overview and then we're going to go by each house, okay? Your seventh house of relationships, Libra, you have the Strength card. In your eighth house of intimacy, we have the 5 of Cups, which is the house of Scorpio. In your ninth house of Sagittarius, we have the Judgment card. In your 10th house of career and Capricorn, we have the Page of Swords. In your 11th house, Aquarius, we have the 9 of Pentacles coming through. And in your 12th house, we got the Devil. That's your own house. The overall energy for the year of 2022 is the 6 of Pentacles together with the 2 of Pentacles. So yeah, let me just pull just additional cards just to see if there is any reoccurring message coming through. But you got a very interesting year ahead. That's one thing that's for sure. Let's see. I'm going to break it down. Hold on. What is the overall energy for Pisces, please? Overall energy, please. Wow, again, 2 of Pentacles coming out twice here for your overall energy. 8 of Cups with the 2 of Pentacles. Okay. So this is going to be a year where you're really going to go back and forth in regards to a lot of situations. Like you still feel like you need to pinpoint a lot of things in your life. A lot of things may come at once. You may be feeling quite overwhelmed over the year of 2022 because you're going to go through a huge shift. A lot of things are changing, especially when it comes to work. I do see like a lot of things changing, and with the change of work, you are going to change your the places you live in. You're going to move. I feel like there is some type of move that is going to come quite unexpectedly, that is going to kind of like force you to be more pragmatic, to be more strategic, to get to know more information before you can make an actual decision. All right, there are two decisions pending on the table for you for the year of 2022, which are going to be asking you to get some type of extra additional information in order for you to make the right decisions in your life. All right, and I feel like when you get a little bit too overwhelmed and caught up in your own day-to-day life or in all the changes that you are going through, whether that is on a personal level or in the field of your career, or even relationships, you're gonna be wanting to close yourself off. All right, there is this facade that you may be giving to the outside world as if you are completely okay with a lot of things in your life, while internally you might be going through a lot of difficult phases in order to release some type of trauma or some type of addiction or some type of how to say, like a codependency to something from the past, and that's going to take you a lot of inner strength to overcome that. All right, because it comes with a lot of sadness, it comes with a lot of grief, and you sometimes don't know how to deal with your own emotions and how to release those emotions. So it can be quite it's going to be a year where you really need to take some practical steps in order to, get to the root of some issues in your life, or, reach out to the right people in your life or the right people that can guide you or help you in order for you to not get overly caught up in your own emotions. All right, because your emotions could lead you astray. Your emotions could lead you to, be in a mode of fear, be in a mode of uncertainty, which is not going to be always productive for your future. So you really have to tackle down some of the issues that you have been facing throughout the years. And this is going to be a year where you have to come to full closure with it. But I don't feel like you want to talk a lot about these issues because they are quite deep-rooted subconscious energies. All right. So you have some inner work to do, is what I get from your energy. By the way, you got a lot of major arcana here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 major arcana. This is going to be a very spiritual year. It's not going to be a year where you're going to be really focused on money, your stability, or with a lot of financial goals. Even though you have those goals, you will always have those goals because you're a Pisces. So you will always have like this achievement that you want to achieve, like your goal that you want to achieve. But I feel like this is overall going to be a very spiritual year for you, where you're going to get to know yourself on a much deeper level. Now, let's start with your reading. All right. That was just a preview. So, in your first house, in Aries, we have your own self-image, your physical body, your individuality, the way that you will be presenting yourself to the outside world, as well as your own motivation. And your motivation is, I want to succeed. I want to move forward. I want to overcome any type of struggle. If there is anything that you felt weak about, or you felt like you needed to straighten up in an area of your life, you're really going to put everything on everything to get that done. All right. And I do feel like this is again the 7, which is the Chariot, but is also connected to high spirituality, knowing your soul mission, knowing what you need to do, being very determined to really get to your success. All right. And needing to, or kind of like understanding that you may need to shift a lot, all right, because this is all about the black and the white swings, which is all about the light and the dark. So at one point you will be showing a little bit of your shadow side, or you get triggered, but that trigger will help you actually to understand, like, whoa, this is a trigger point, this is what I need to work on. and you're going to shift direction and shift your focus in order to get the results that you've been wanting. So a lot of people are going to see you as someone that is highly successful, someone that really pushes things through, someone that is definitely not showing any weakness or whatsoever. That's why I feel like you're kind of like keeping that weakness to yourself, and you're not really trying to show it or broadcast it to the world, not being in a pity party, not at all. Like, you come off quite strong, quite independent as well, and having like a vision. All right, people will see you travel a lot as well. You will meet a lot of different people while you're on travel, because I do see a lot of travel going on for you as we look at the first house. And due to this travel, you will also develop yourself, develop your bond with spirit, develop your bond with yourself. Okay, so I like this. I really like this. Sorry, guys. My throat is a little bit acting up. All right. So in your second house of Taurus, which rules money, finances, assets, any material objects or luxuries, even good food, you have the Four of Swords coming through. Now, the Four of Swords is telling me that you are going to live a little bit more of a simple life. You're really going to be focusing a lot on your healing, on resting, on not really pushing yourself out, because Taurus sometimes is known as the one that it can be a little bit lazy, right? So they really like to hang out, to chill out. They don't like to do like too crazy stuff. They really put a lot of focus on their comfort as well. Sometimes on luxury and eating food and like being all like fancy, but they can also be like very laid back and very, kind of like, I don't want to say lazy, but you get the point, right? So with the Four of Swords, you're really going to take it very easy this year. Like, you're not going to be like overspending your money. You're not going to be all about like, oh, look at me, I went to this fancy restaurant. No, you're just going to be very lay low, all right? You're not going to boast with a lot of things like, buy a big house or buy a big purchase, a car, jewelry, or whatever. You're really going to be living a little bit of the simplicity life because you have something to heal within yourself, and you feel like your mental, like your mental health is more important than material wealth, if you get my point. So this is, I like this actually. It's like taking a break from all the hustle and trying to boast yourself or be out there or be like, look at me type of energy. It's very much like withdrawn energy. But also when it comes to your money, your finances, anything in that realm, you may be thinking about how to move forward to the next round. There might be this huge shift that's going to come that is going to require you to take some type of sabbatical for yourself in order for you to think what you put face value on, what is valuable to you, what is worth to you, all right? And if it's not worth the stress, then you're not going to do it. Then that's typical like Taurus energy. Like, if it's not going to be worth it, they will not lift a finger for you. Absolutely not. Like, they will only go after the things that is worth to them. So this is going to be a year where you're definitely learning to make balanced decisions. Like, I'm hearing like more money, more problem. So maybe that's something that rings a bell for you. Like, the more money you have, the more responsibilities, the greater and bigger everything is getting, the more responsibilities you have, and you're just like, I don't want any of it, so I'm just going to be on the down low here. And I like that. I really like that. That's showing me already that you're evolving and that you're growing and that you're not really focused on the material gains anymore, right? Not that you did, but hey. All right. So in your third house of Gemini, we got your perception, the way you're thinking, your thought pattern, your analytical aspect, as well as the way that you communicate with yourself, as well as the outside world. We have the moon coming through. This is your energy, right? But with this moon in the third house, again, like I said, you're not going to be very vocal about your fears, about your uncertainties. You're really going to be very vague to people. People are going to be a little bit confused, and I think that Pisceans can definitely come across very, very confusing sometimes, as in like they're not always pinpoint direct to people, and I feel like you're still going to be in that circle of not really showing your true colors. All right, you're not going to usher all your colors to people. You're going to be quite unattainable, unapproachable, a little bit in a dreamy land. And even if you're going through deep transformations or you're going through deep fears, you're not going to talk a lot about it. You're going to be wanting to go inward. All right, the moon is definitely going inward, listening to their intuition and trying to find guidance through spirit. All right, so they could be definitely saying that you're connecting more to spirit in order to receive more communication, telepathic communication, astral communication from your spirit guides, or even with loved ones. All right, people that you care about. You may be definitely developing a gift of telepathic communication, and sometimes you may need to get like a confirmation on it, and you will get it, but it's going to be definitely a year where you're going to be focusing on that telepathy, either with your spirit guides or with people in your surrounding. All right, and maybe that's something that you wanted to do, because telepathy is real. Let me just like give you like a 100% on that. And it's not like you can only telepathically communicate with your twin flame or whatsoever. You can telepathically communicate with anyone who is able to tap into that frequency. So learning how to tap into that frequency and learning how to communicate could definitely be very beneficial for you, Pisces, because I do feel like, and not I do feel, you are a very spiritual sign. So yeah. All right. In your fourth house of home, family, stability, self-care, and any type of comfort zone, you have the Knight of Pentacles. All right, so I do feel like this Knight of Pentacles is telling me that you're slowly but surely moving towards some type of goal. You're not going to make any drastic decisions. For some of you, you might be getting a new home, or you're very slow at decorating it. Even if you just bought you did a purchase, you bought your first house or your second house or whatever, you're not going to rush anything. You're just going to take your time. You're going to save a lot of money and then decorate it or build it the way that you want it to be. So you're not going to rush anything. All right, as well as within the fourth house, when it comes to family situations, everything will be smooth sailing. All right, the Knight of Pentacles is definitely a very stable, grounded energy. Even if you're staying at home, for example, you're going to be wanting to be productive, but not going to rush yourself. So you're going to take things easy. You're going to make an easy planning for yourself. You're not going to be stressing about things. It's just like you have this vision, you have this goal, and you're going to slowly but surely work towards it. And as well as like getting outside the house or meeting up with other people, it's going to be needed to be worth it for you to get out of the house, because the Knight of Pentacles is a very comfortable energy. Like they're comfortable with where they at. They're comfortable with what they're doing, what they're having, what they are eating. As long as it's filled with comfort, it's good for them. So that's what I feel that's going to be happening in the fourth house. All right. When it comes to your habits as well, you may need to watch out for being a little bit procrastinating, like not procrastinating anything, because the Knight of Pentacles in the lower energy could be energy of procrastination or a standstill or anything like that. So keep on making small little steps. All right. Then we have your fifth house. And this is the house of Leo, which rules performance, entertainment, creativity, pleasure, love, and romance. So with the Magician coming through, I do feel like you're going to go after what you want. Okay, this is a very passionate, driven energy that's coming through for you. With the Magician here as well, you may be needing to take things in your own control, especially when it comes to love and romance or any type of love affairs. You may need to really take a lot of control. You may be even attracting people that could be sometimes manipulative, or you could be adapting to that energy of trying to manipulate something, and that may be something that you may need to work through to always keep like the upper hand, or have the control and the power over yourself, and not really trying to force anything up on another. For example, you want to go to that attraction and someone else wants to go the other way, that you really push them like, no, we need to really go that way, and we need to do this and we need to do that. But you kind of like leave the other person to make decisions as well, if you have experienced anything in that realm. So again, I don't see it any bad, but I don't use any reversal. So sometimes I do get like some shadow aspects to it as well. So yeah, but overall, the Magician in the 5th house is definitely saying that you are going to be following your passion, or even being more in taking how do I say that? Like taking an approach of proactive approach. All right, when it comes to love, when it comes to romance, when it comes to going after your desire, your passion, and all of that. So you're going to be in a very proactive role. Now, in your 6th house of Virgo, which is all about your work, your health, your wealth, your well-being, diets, and anything in that realm, kind of like the perfectionist within the zodiac, right? The Virgo energy. And by the way, your opposite energy. We have the Tower coming through. So it tells me that something needs to shift quite dramatically. All right. This is something that I'm not sure what it could be, but maybe it's just the way that you organize your day. All right. That something is not working. Something is affecting your health. Something needs like a drastic change or a release, so that you can find more concentration on a day-to-day life. So there could be some type of negative source that you may need to release. It could be a person, all right? It could be someone that you're living with. It could be a roommate, and you're just like, okay, this person is really getting under my skin. Like, I really need to focus. And there is some type of how do I say that? Like some type of frequency is being distorted, is what I'm picking up on, and that needs to be really changed, released, fixed, reorganized. And the Tower is going to come in, and if you're not listening to your intuition, just when the Tower kicks in, it can really take you out of your day-to-day routine, which will leave you a little bit astray, needing to make adaptable changes, and they will be a little bit more heavy to make, if I can actually explain it in the right way. Like some type of meta needs to change. Like methodically, you need a huge change within the way that you work on your health, your body, or just at work. There is definitely a huge renovation that's going on here, okay? That's what it is. But this will actually give you so much more focus on what it is that you actually want to do. For example, for some of you, this could be an ending of a contract. This could be an ending of a career field for you. And it may be coming quite shocking, and you don't know what to do with the rest of your days now, and you're just like, oh my god, I'm overwhelmed. Like, what do I do with my spare time? Needing to make like a abrupt shift all of a sudden on your day-to-day life. We're definitely going to go into depth in your extended for that. Anyway, in your 7th house, we have the Libra energy with Strength card. So the 7th house is all about relationships, marriage, karmic relationships, any type of commitments, and the compromises that you're making in regards to relationships in your life. You've got the Strength card. So this could mean that either you're going to evolve a very strong, stable relationship, and it could be with a Leo individual. This could be you getting into a very strong relationship with someone that you have been through a lot of obstacles with, all right? And you're both overcoming that by compromising a lot with one another. For some of you, if there has been any type of karmic tie to your past, you are overcoming that as well, and you're finding your strength through that relationship. And for others of you, because you've been through some type of a karmic lesson with someone in your life, you may be developing this restrictive energy within you. Like you're definitely holding back in trying to get to know people on a more intimate level. I'm just looking at intimacy. Yeah. 8th house, you got the 5 of cups. So I was definitely right with that. You're definitely holding back. Like you don't want to jump in with anyone into a relationship because you're still dealing with some type of regret, or you're still dealing with some type of disappointment. And I feel like even though you're holding yourself back, you're still going to be attracting your soul family or your soul tribe that is going to be helping you to get stronger in regards to believing again in love. Because I feel like there is this energy of like, you may have kind of lost your faith in love is what I'm picking up. I'm not sure if this is a channeled message. Maybe it's just for some of you that's going to hear it. But yeah, this is going to be a year where you do need to put a little bit more effort as well in strengthening the bond with some people in your life. And that could be in love, it could be in any type of relationship, could be in friendships as well, or with a best friend or your friends, you're right? So it's all talking about needing to like make that bond stronger with people, and it's going to require you a lot to kind of like trust again. So don't be proudful when it comes to getting into commitments with people, or to feel more for them than you want to, because that could be indicating that you are dealing with some type of pride or ego issue as well in love, and that's something that you may need to work through. Okay, so now we're coming to the 8th house. Quite interesting. The 8th house is Scorpio ruled. So it's all about your intimate connections. It's all about your sex drive, the transformations that you're going through, all about the intensity. You may be going through an intense Kundalini awakening, or you may be going through an intense transformation in your life. And we have the 5 of cups. So again, like I said, this is still rooted from something from the past. There's a lot of depressive energy, not wanting to get intimate, feeling disappointed at any type of intimate connection that you may have had, and needing to release this energy in order for you to overcome and, you know, get into this new connection that's going to come in for you. Because I feel like you're not going to be in the mood, like intimate wise, you may not be in the mood. You may be like wanting to be celibate. You may be wanting to, you know, look too much to the past, because the 8th house is all about the shadow work as well. And your shadow work is disappointment and regret in regards to an intimate relationship in your life. And again, I feel like you are keeping this a secret. And this is a cycle that you may need to break, because this is something that you're holding close to yourself. So maybe to your friends or your family or whatever, you're not really talking about how you miss someone. There is this deep feeling of I miss you is what I'm hearing Spirit say, and you're not expressing it. You're holding very strong here, right? With the Strength card, you're holding back, even though if you would overcome that energy, you will be getting into a more stronger commitment with this person or with someone else, but you're holding it back. And it's something that you may need to express in order to get. So it's definitely going to be something that's going to be dragged out over the year, meaning that you will be receiving multiple downloads, multiple awakenings, and multiple sources will get through you in order to enlighten you so you can come to some type of conclusion. All right. So again, like I stated before, it's going to be a very spiritual year where there's going to be a lot of epiphanies, a lot of like these puzzles to the pieces, and you're just going to be like, oh man, now I understand it. Now I understand why I met this person. Now I understand what my lesson was. Now I understand why I had to be in this karmic relationship, why I had to be in this type of relationship. I understand myself. I understand the other person. So you're going to be like, this is like the best house that I have seen for all the signs. Like the judgment on the ninth house, that's like intense, but it's so good. It's really going to be really good for you. You're going to seek for the answers and you shall find it. You know what I mean? And I'm just very, perplexed. And to be honest, Pisces is my moon sign and my rising sign. So I can definitely own this reading right now. I'm just like, I'm claiming it. I'm claiming all of it because I like that. I seriously like that. Anyway, I could go on for hours with this one. Like, oh my goodness. Anyway, the 10th house, which is the house of career, your responsibilities, any type of achievements, you climbing up the ladder, and you have the Page of Swords here. Now, the Page of Swords in your 10th house of Capricorn is definitely talking about you needing to upgrade your skills when it comes to your communication, when it comes to your mind. This is this elevation of the mind that is required, learning new skills, researching a lot, and really finding out a lot of information in order to expand your mind. Okay, so it's going to be a new field, a new door that's opening up, a new just a lot of new energy that you need to absorb. All right, the Page of Swords is absorbing, but the Page of Swords can sometimes also be very critical as well as very annoyed, right? The Page of Swords can be quite like meh kind of energy, so you may not always find it nice to needing to upgrade when it comes to your career. You may feel a little bit frustrated, as in like, I should have been there already. Like, I can't really understand this topic. Like, it does not really get in. Like, it will require you a lot of reading, a lot of writing, a lot of introspection, as well as research. And sometimes that could be, frustrate you a little bit. Or it may even stir up a little bit of jealousy, as in like, oh, I need to still like finish this whole class or finish this whole study, and it's going to take years for me to get there where I want to be. It's going to be years before I can build up on my image and my reputation and my legacy. And there is this frustration, but it is actually something that is going to give you a lot more perspective, a lot more knowledge. And sometimes you're just going to be a little bit frustrated. So that's something that you may need to really work with, all right? But yeah, a lot of newness, but yeah. You may also need to look at other people that you feel like they have reached what you wanted to reach, and see how they did it, and really research on that as well, right? Like really look up to your idols, like if you have any idols or something like that, or people that you feel like, oh my God, this person is so successful and I want to be as successful as them. I do see you really checking on that, or needing to check on that, so you can get a little bit of the move and groove of what they do on a daily basis. And maybe that's when the 6th house of the Tower kicks in, and you're just like, whoa, I've been doing it wrong all my life. Or, like, it's something that you're going to learn that's going to require you to make a huge shift on your day-to-day life, which is going to be a little bit frustrating for you because it's going to be something quite new. But yeah, that's what I'm seeing here. You're a mutable sign, so adapting will not be a problem for you. But still, like people say, like, okay, mutable signs, they're flexible and all of that. But for every human being, adapting to changes is not always that easy, right? Like even adapting to the seasonal changes can be quite like, oh, there we go again with the winter clothing and like the snow and the rain and all of that. So we're always in this energy of like, we don't want to change what is good, right? Like, why would you change something that's good? And that's something that you may experience a lot. I like the flow of your reading, man. If you made it up until here, thank you so much. So the 11th house of Aquarius, which is all about your friendship, your group activities, the way that you will be innovating your mind, the way that you will be looking at the future, any type of radical changes that you will be experiencing. You have the 9 of Pentacles. So again, this could be talking about you getting out of a karmic relationship, perhaps. I'm not seeing really a relationship at the moment, so I'm not really sure if many of you are in a relationship. I feel like many of you are single, for those who I'm reading for. But even if you're not, this is saying that you are going to be doing things on your own. I feel like you're going to maybe distance yourself from a lot of groups, all right? Like if you had a lot of friendships and you were hanging out with them, perhaps you're still going to be hanging out with them, right? Like you're still going to be quite single and independent and be with your friends. But for others of you, I do feel like you're going to be doing things on your own. You're not going to rely on other people. You're going to be, for example, travel on your own, or you're going to be kind of, experimenting things on your own and not really wanting to be codependent anymore, wanting to be experiencing things and enjoying yourself. For example, maybe you are financially very well off, but your friend or your sibling or your sister is not, and you can't really pursue the things that you want to pursue because you got the money and they don't. And that could be bringing some frustration sometimes, right? So what you're going to do is, like, instead of like not going or going with what they can afford, you're going to go with yourself to what you can afford and enjoy your own fruits of labor. Because I feel like that could be sometimes an issue, right? Like you have the money, they don't have the money, and you're just like, oh my God, or you have the time, you have the time to travel the world, you have the space, you don't have the obligation, but your friends don't. What do you do then? Like, do you leave your world tour behind, or do you just go on your own, right? So that's the type of energy that I'm seeing. So it's going to be quite a successful year, all right? And you will be meeting like-minded people, okay? Hello, that's me. That's just like, go with the flow with that. But you will be meeting like-minded people, all right? That are not going to be like all needy on you either, because you're not really into neediness at this point. All right, I need to sneeze. Okay, it's gone. Whew. 12th house, your own house, Pisces energy, which is all about your past, your karma, anything that you need to heal when it comes to any type of addictions, habits, behaviors, whatever it is. You have the Devil card. It's the connection to the spirit world as well. So I don't like the Devil card in the 12th house, because this is definitely telling me that it's telling me a lot of things. It's a lot about the shadow that is wanting to come through. A lot of you want to, how do I explain it? The first thing that I'm getting through is that you want to control the spirit world. Now you could interpret that in many different ways, right? In the best way that I can say it, in the most positive sense, that would mean that you are trying to, how do I say that? This is a tough one, okay? Let me just get my sentence together, okay? Hold on. You're trying to control the spirit world. Okay, let me just start with the most negative part that I'm getting through this. This could be using your own power or other people's power against something. That could indicate some darker stuff, like black magic or dark intentions, and things that you get very addicted to. All right, that could be the worst thing. The second thing is, obviously you're not all of you is going to go through that, but there could be also someone that is trying to penetrate into your spiritual reality through some type of dark spell that you may need to really detach from. This is a darker energy. Now, this does not always mean that this is done in some type of black magic, dark magic type of energy. The devil could still be an energy that needs to be released. Now, that energy could be connected to maybe your generational traumas. It could be connected to your generational lineage, right? Like your ancestors may have had some type of doom or some type of karma on them, or some type of dark spell, because, you know, as we know, not everyone knows, but like, because there was a lot of like that witchery stuff in the past, right? Like many decades ago, there are several voodoos and black magic that has been put on people or on families back then. And back then, like, everyone was like, oh, we need to get away with it, and, you know, woman got burned and all of that. Sorry. See, it's not like okay to talk about it, but we're going to do it anyway. We're cracking the taboos. So this could be talking about a taboo that you need to crack. All right, release the taboo. So again, it does not have to be so really on you, but it could have been on some type of ancestor in the past that was like in witchcraft, or that was doomed or voodooed or whatever, that is still needing to be released. See, my throat just acted up really bad right now. Whew. So this is quite an intense one, Pisces. Generational curse is what I'm picking up on really strongly. See, the fact that I just took a minute right there, right? And this was the message that purified itself. That means that there is some generational thing that's going on. Again, it does not have to be like it's your fault or it's been put on you specifically. But back then, if your family was like, okay, we don't want to be dealing with it, and they kind of like went on with their life, not wanting to have the awareness that people were doing that, and they did not do anything of it, then you are the one that may need to deal with this aspect, okay? All right, I just want to say that. And you will find your way, because you will find the higher understanding and get to know why why you're experiencing this. So things will be revealed to you so that you have that idea of what it is. All right, because it will only get revealed to you if it's really the case. Not because I say it, not because you get now influenced by me because I'm saying it. No, that does not make sense. Like, if it's not your story, it will not ring a bell. But if you're now watching this and you're just like, Sonya, you're just, bull crapping me right now, that's good. But then next year, when something happens, you're going to be like, oh my God, and I thought that she was bullshitting. But look at the synchronicity that Spirit is giving me. And you will be remembering what I just said in this reading. So keep your mind open, keep your eyes open. So we do have the Two of Cups here. And it comes with the Seven of Wands. So you may have been very resisting in regards to love, but love is going to find you anyway. It's going to take some time because you do still have like a lot to fix. And once you finish this, you will be definitely, getting in love here, falling in love here. Eight of Cups to the Two of Pentacles as well is saying that you're detaching and leaving old baggage behind. And it's not going to be easy because you are emotionally very attached to it. Let's see. All right. Before we move on to the extended, let me just pull some Lightworkers energy for you. Thank you, Spirit. And let's see what Spirit's confirmation is on this whole reading. Thank you, Spirit. Ooh, Ooh, the cosmic heart. Devotion, potency, make your life a moving prayer. And soul family, call in your tribe. You don't have to do it alone. See, maybe this pertains to the last sign. To the devil, you don't have to do it alone. You could ask people for help, people that you feel like they're your soul family or that can help you on a spiritual level. You do not have to do this all on your own. All right, and keep on praying as well in regards to any situation, because prayer will definitely be heard and very, very powerful, okay? One more or two more. Okay. I'm hearing a very weird song in my head, which I really do not like. I'm hearing, I'm in love with the Coco. And that was a song. Like, what the heck? Seriously, I hate that song. I don't know what that means to you, but hey, girl. Angel of prayer. Ask the universe and angels for help and guidance. Voila. There you go. We just talked about that. Goddess of knowledge. Start to apply what you already know. Trust your intuition. You already know. I'm sure that this is definitely pertaining that 12th house, because that is your house. So you know that you are being held back. You're held back in some type of area of your life, and things keep on failing for some reason, and you're just like, it ain't me, y'all. It ain't me. I'm doing all that I can. Personal issue reaches resolution. This is a personal issue. Could be with someone in particular. You're going to resolve that because the judgment is saying that there will be a renewal here. And this issue from the past could be with a Sagittarian, could be getting resolved, or a Virgo, okay? All right. I think that was the reading for you guys. So thank you so much. If you want to proceed with me into the extended, the link is down in the description box below this video. We will go very much in detail. So yeah, it's going to be quite fun. And if not, I see you guys very soon. Have a very blessed and prosperous 2022. I love you so much, and bye.